Hello, hello. This is the My Artifact episode number 3606. Today's date is September 22, 2025. It's been almost like a night at 9:32 p.m. Alright, let's just jump into the question. Let's go. Alright. Question is, what if animal could develop human-like intelligence? Okay, that's a really good question. Okay. First of all, what exactly is this question and why am I asking this question to myself? Okay, this is what if question. Why am I asking this question to myself? Is because of that what if question are kind of like a something very different, very unique. Oh yeah. It kind of like a simply try to think from different point of perspective. And when you try to think about from different type of perspective, it kind of like challenge your knowledge and kind of like a details and what exactly you know about that stuff. Okay, yeah. Like basically same as this example, like same as this kind of like question. The question says that what if the animal could develop the intelligence? What would gonna happen? Like basically this is kind of like a somebody you are forced to kind of like a think that what will gonna happen. Kind of like a think about the consequences and stuff like that. And when I kind of like give the answer regarding about those stuff, it's feel really good. It feels like that I do have kind of like a little bit knowledge. By the way, let me tell you one thing. Whatever I'm talking in this artifact episode regarding about this question is not exactly right. Okay, yeah, it's not exactly wrong either too. It's artifact. It's my thought process. It's my thought. It's a raw. Okay, so it's not completely right either. It's not completely wrong either too. It's just kind of like I just express my thoughts regarding about what I know about that particular stuff. All right. Okay. So regarding about this question, okay, what if animal could develop human-like intelligence? Then what will gonna? Okay, so basically is this thing, na, ki intelligence is not a kind of like a things that ki it kind of like actually given to us. Like basically, nature is actually given. No, it's not. Okay, yeah. Like basically, let me tell you one thing, na. If I wanted to say, intelligent species, how it look like intelligent species? Okay, yeah. One of the really important thing for intelligent species that they really required a hand. One of the really essential thing that they really required a hand. Okay, yeah. What do you mean by that? Like basically is this thing the intelligent species might have a really good brain, na? Like basically let me tell you one thing, every species has a brain. Okay, yeah. Like a dolphin has a really bigger brain and also dolphin has a kind of like a somebody brain has a much more stronger than us. Okay, yeah. There are so many species in our earth are kind of like much more smarter than us. Okay, yeah. Then why they didn't really develop? What is actually reason for that? Is because of their physical structure. Okay, yeah. What I'm trying to tell you is this thing. If I'm gonna say that what is actually main thing required to kind of like assembly intelligence, I might gonna say your hand. Okay, yeah. Your hand is one of the really essential thing for kind of like assembly creating this world, building tools, stuff and stuff like that. Like basically it's this thing, na, ki whatever the idea that we have, we are trying to mimic that idea by using our hands, kind of like things that we do work by our hand. We can walk on two legs and kind of like do my work through my hands and things like that. Okay, yeah. Then why not monkeys do the same thing? Like monkeys do have a hand, then why not they do that thing? Well, specifically is this thing, na, ki we are the upgraded version of monkeys. Okay, yeah. So like basically, yeah, we are also part of the monkeys, na. We also kind of like only upgraded version of monkeys. So yes. So basically, just imagine now what if kind of like an animal could kind of like develop the intelligence. Just hypothetical scenario. Don't think about kind of like assembly the structural and things and stuff like that. Just think about that. Ki what if animal could develop their intelligence? What would be happen when the animals, like every animal, okay, every animal develop their intelligence and things like that? Then what would be happen? It would be really disaster. Really disaster, because let me tell you one thing, na, ki at the moment, okay, we are actually talking about kind of like some dogs, their shelter and things like that. But when they have kind of like intelligence, they are kind of like talking about their rights. Like basically they will consider that ki where is our rights and things like that. Okay, as also is this thing, na, ki They will gonna talk about the human exploitation, the deforestation, and kind of like a way that we are polluting the entire earth. Another species are kind of like affecting that much. So they will gonna raise a voice. Okay, yeah, regarding about, I don't know what is gonna happen, that they will gonna raise a voice and things like that. Okay, yeah. Some of the kind of like assembly, we will kind of like create the friendly alliance with the kind of like assembly such a species which is close to us, like dogs and cats and things like that. But what if kind of like assembly such an animal who actually live in forest, like let's just say that ki elephant or giraffe, or yeah, this would be kind of like assembly, they would kind of like frustrated regarding about this stuff. Or maybe lions, they would kind of like really frustrated regarding about this stuff. Birds, they might be kind of like really frustrated regarding about the humans, because like most of the kind of like some air is actually polluted because of the bird, because of our us, and kind of like birds are most affected species. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to tell you is this thing: if they kind of like some gain intelligence, then probably it would be start chaos, legit chaos. Like if I'm gonna say I'm gonna recommend a movie named Rise of the Planet of Apes. Okay, yeah. In this movie, they kind of like simply have a bunch of monkeys have kind of like a simply born with the intelligence. Okay, yeah. And what kind of like a simply happened with them? The entire movie is actually belong to it. Like there are multiple parts. Rise of the Planets of the Apes. So if you watch this, you probably understand that in one planet, only one intelligent species should supposed to be survive over there with peacefully. Okay, yeah. Because let me tell you one thing: if I'm gonna say maintain the peace, like some of the human species are kind of like have same species, but we also have kind of like a conflict in between us. World War I, World War II happened is actually happened is because of the conflict. Okay, yeah. So if I'm gonna say like this is basically the conflict is actually happened with the same species. What if like we have multiple species has a multiple intelligent species? They would gonna kind of like a fight, always gonna fight, and this is something very chaos. Okay, but this is also one thing. Another thing, now the ecosystem is not the way that it meant to be. Let me tell you one thing: our food chain. What is actually our food chain? Food chain means like that ki a kind of like a simply the some of the kind of like animals kind of like eat the grass and things like that. Okay, yeah. Now the carnivorous kind of like animal like tigers and things like that, they eat those animals. Okay, yeah. Deer or things like that. Okay, yeah. And they kind of like get the food, right? Now the remaining part of the kind of like assembly, that particular animal is actually consumed by the birds like eagles and stuff like that. Okay, yeah. What I'm trying to tell you is this thing that if they know, if they kind of like gain the intelligence, they would kind of like understand that why do we supposed to eat like that? Okay, like just example is this thing: we are humans. Okay, yeah. Early humans are kind of like eating very like rationally. Do we kind of like eating like that? No, we are eating very kind of like purposefully. We also make our food by ourselves. Right now, I don't want to kind of like record the artifact. I don't know why, but I'm just kind of like thinking about something and kind of like talking about something. my mind is not at the position. I'm kind of like I don't know. Should I end? Like I'm not in the kind of like a perfect mood. Like basically, this question is really good, really great, but I don't know. It just like I don't want to record artifact at the moment. Maybe so. Okay, regarding about this question, chaos would be happen probably. This is the kind of like a simply only one answer would I supposed to say. Whatever. This is I should supposed to be end here. I'm really tired. I'm really sorry. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna continue tomorrow morning. Thank you.